guys, so we're heading up to Nashville. We're going to try out a new source, pick out a Gaylord. We want to test and see what our true acceptance rate is, what quality books we're going to get, how many, and see if this is going to be a source we can turn into multiple Gaylords or a truckload a month or something like that. So stick with us and you'll get a chance to see step by step how it goes. Alright guys, so before we process the Gaylord, I want to show you guys what they think, or what everyone is saying the acceptance rate looks like, as far as 7% acceptance rate on a Gaylord. So real quick, this is what it's supposed to be. This is 27 books. So in theory, this is what we should get from the Gaylord. So this is what it looks like. All right, so this is 27 books. It's not much. All right guys, so picking up our Gaylord, and curious to see what kind of accept rate we're gonna get. From everything that I've done as far as research goes, people are saying about 7% acceptance rate, 5 to 7%. So the Gaylord is 800 to 1,000 books. That's something like 40 books, something like that. I think my numbers are wrong. I'm sure I'll find a way to post them somewhere over here. But just curious to see what kind of quality books we get. So I'll break down all the numbers afterwards, and I'll show you guys kind of the books we got, what the average selling price is, what the profit is from the purchase, and then what we plan on doing with our duds from the purchase. So real interesting to see just how good it works out. All right, so I also reset my Scout IQ. By resetting my Scout IQ is going to give me an accurate count from 0 as far as number of books that I've scanned. So how many books there were, how many were accepts out of those scans, how many were rejects, and then I can figure out from there the total number of duds that I have, and I can keep a better accounting as far as how I monetize those duds. And then I can get a total overall profit or loss as far as this purchase. So this Gaylord's either going to make or break this relationship with the source, and we'll be able to grow from there or move on, go to a different one. And if this works out, then I can make it a regular thing and hopefully negotiate a lower price per Gaylord and make it a more strategic relationship. So stick with me and check out some time-lapse footage and see what it looks like scanning through a Gaylord and how we separate the books. And I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. Something to consider too. Here's our criteria we look for. I accept anything that's normally, $2-3 profit or higher. $2 or $3 profit or higher. Obviously, some home runs are going to be in the 15, 20 to 30 range, and then like the Grand Slam, like unicorns we're looking for are going to be the textbooks that are worth like 50 to 100 bucks or more. But generally speaking, this is going to move the business model into more of a volume business model. So essentially, I've got the books in my possession at this point, and we paid a little over $200 for the Gaylord. So got to make everything count. So now it's about how creative I can be with monetizing the duds to maximize the accept rate from the Gaylord. So it'd be interesting to see. We'll see. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen. So your guess is as good as mine. This is my first time doing it, and normally we just do like thrift stores and relationships through pickups and students and stuff like that. So stick with me and we'll find out. The Gaylord, what we got?
All right, put your phone down and get your scanner out.
We got some stuff right on top, maybe, but you're gonna see a lot of this bullshit. Let's see what we got. Left in the Gaylord. We scanned through it all. We put some stuff back in. It's garbage. We got kids' books. All right, so we went through the Gaylord. A lot of bullshit. We got a lot of mass market romance. We got a ton of kids' books. We came away with like $300 potential profit on like solid books. We came away with, I don't know, maybe 300 to 400 duds that aren't profitable, so we're going to try to monetize those at a local bookstore. And we got a lot of garbage we're going to donate back for a tax deduction. Got some like Verizon cups. We got some batting gloves. Like a toy Santa. The shit you find in a Gaylord. And yeah, not the best experience, but truth be told, it didn't take away from our normal route. We banged it out in about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. It was me and my wife. We had my oldest son sorting the romance novels and the kids' books into piles. This way, we didn't have to sort those and deal with the problem while we just like scanned away. Scanned in duds, scanned in goods, scanned duds, dud, good. So, but we still get to do the rest of our route. And I don't know, maybe we'll add this in to our normal thing, maybe twice a week. I'm not super pleased with what we got, but I still have all the type-ins. I've got a big stack of type-ins, so I'll go through those and maybe that'll change my mind. Alright guys, so finished processing the Gaylord. We got all of the children's books separated. We're doing all the duds. We're going to take to a local bookstore and see if we can monetize those somehow, either with some kind of trade-in store credit or maybe a cash buyback. I have no idea. Whatever's left over, we're either going to donate or sell on Mercari and eBay and just see what happens. Not 100% happy with what we got, but we'll see. So far, this is what the duds look like in the back of the car. So, hold on one second. And that's the duds. So, let's see what they give us. And I realize that some of you guys aren't going to have the same situation as far as a used bookstore that you have by you that'll allow you to like trade in the books and get like an in-store credit or a cash back. With this number of duds, there's a couple of different things I recommend you could do. You could set up one of those free libraries. It's like a mailbox you put on your property or on your lawn, and people come in, they give you a book and they take a book. It's like a give a penny, take a penny, but for books. You could do that. You could do a yard sale. You could donate the duds to a charity or an organization local to you for a tax write-off. You could sell them on other platforms other than Amazon or eBay. Mercari is a good one. OfferUp is a good one. Let Go is a good one. It just depends on what you're comfortable with and how many duds you want to do. As far as kids' books, we separated those out as well with the duds. And you could bundle them together, sell them as 10 or 20 kids' book bundles on eBay or on Facebook Marketplace. We live in the Bible Belt of the country, so religious books you can do the same thing with if you're in that area. But numbers for the Gaylord look pretty promising. The bookstore ended up giving us close to $300 in store credit. We also got, with that store credit, you can, shop at that bookstore and get more profitable books than you would have ended up with the Gaylord. Our overall acceptance rate wasn't 7%. It was closer to 14%. We had a large number of books that were no barcodes. You had to type them in. We got a couple of successes out of that as well. But all in all, after everything was said and done, we ended up with something like 42 books, 300 in-store credit for the bookstore that's by us. It's called McKay's, which we can, like I said, easily turn into more textbooks or, self-help, business, leadership. There's so many books there. It shouldn't be a problem for us at all to find something profitable. And the books there aren't expensive. So anything that over and above and beyond the store credit, we can always supplement with coming out of pocket. But for the most part, we won't have to. It's a profitable venture. I think we'll continue to do at least a Gaylord or two a week. But if you wanted to make it a regular thing, you could certainly do so. It's just, in our opinion, what we found was we got similar amount of books by just cherry picking at thrift stores and our other sources. But being that it didn't take us all day to process the Gaylord, we found that we could add that into our routine and supplement. So yeah, we're putting more capital out and tying up that capital that we could otherwise invest in the business by cherry picking or through other deals. But it was so cheap as far as how much money's actually tied up with respect to how much we're getting in returns, that it just makes sense to do a Gaylord or 2 or 3, depends. And we feel that, yeah, we didn't get the best Gaylord possible. I feel like if we bought 4 or 5 at a time, then, law of large numbers kicks in after a while, and eventually you're going to get more home runs, that you can sell for higher profits. So if you like the video, like and hit the little bell on the bottom. Feel free to subscribe. If you hit the thumbs up, that helps me as far as YouTube's algorithm goes. But spread the word. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below. I'd love to take your feedback into consideration when it comes to making a new one. So thanks again. Check in next time.